Hi, Pisces. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for supporting. Let's dive right in. Pisces, this is your love reading for the next month. And this one is different because it's not about guessing. This is about recognizing. This is about something becoming so clear that you can't unsee it anymore. I know you're tired, but let's really slow that down because this isn't just, I'm over it. You are exhausted emotionally. The kind that comes from repeating the same emotional cycle over and over again. And each time you're telling yourself, maybe this time it'll be different. And I feel like this isn't the kind of tired you can just sleep off. This is the kind of tired that sits in your chest like you're carrying something emotionally, and you don't even realize how heavy it's gotten until you finally stop and look at it. It looks like having the same conversations. Maybe you're feeling the same confusion, given the same chances, and still ending up in the same emotional state. And the thing is, you didn't stay because you didn't know better. You stayed because you cared. I mean, let's be real. You stayed because you saw potential. You stayed because you believed in what this could become. And that's what makes this hurt differently. This didn't hurt because it happened, it hurt because it kept happening. Now, let's look at the full reverse. That stood out to me the entire time during your reading, because this is where your energy shifts. And this isn't just fear, this is learned hesitation. And this is where your energy starts to change because now you're not moving from excitement anymore, you're moving from awareness. Because once you start seeing something clearly, you can't go back and not see it. And I feel like before you were giving the situation the benefit of the doubt, trying to see the good in it, you know? You were trying to trust the process, but now you're just questioning things differently, not from insecurity, but from clarity. And there's a difference. And now you're asking yourself, does this actually feel right to me? Does this feel stable? Can I actually build on this? Pisces, if the answer is no, that's where the hesitation is coming from. You're not scared to start over, you're just tired of starting over wrong. Now, this Three of Wands, this is where your soul steps in. Because even though you're still emotionally connected, part of you already left. And this looks like um, you still talk to them, but it feels different. Or you still care, but it doesn't hit the same. Or you still think about them, but not in the same way. And that shift, that's detachment beginning. You're still there, but you're not there in the same way anymore, if that makes sense. Now, Pisces, this is where it gets uncomfortable. The justice reverse. And I need to be honest with you here because I feel like I feel like you've been trying to make something fair that was never really balanced to begin with. And that's hard to admit because it means acknowledging you were giving more than you were receiving, not just a little more, consistently more. You were giving emotionally, mentally, energetically. You were showing up. And the other person, they were showing up when it was convenient, when it felt right to them. or when they felt like you were losing. Mm, that's crazy. And that creates confusion. We don't want confusion. Not in 2026. Now I feel that you're trying to understand, why does this feel off? Even though there are moments where it feels good, and that's normal. But Pisces, those moments, that that is what kept you there. You kept trying to understand them while they kept misunderstanding you. And this Queen of Cups, this is where your heart comes in, because you don't connect on a surface level. You feel deeply. You see people for who they are underneath. And that's beautiful. It is. It really is. But in this particular situation, it made you stay longer than you needed to, because you weren't just looking at what they were doing, you were looking at who they could be. And Pisces, potential can feel just as real as reality, especially when you care. But over time, you start to realize potential doesn't hold you, consistency does. You weren't asking for too much, you were just asking the wrong person. Now, this is where it becomes undeniable. Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is not consistent effort, and effort is not something you should have to question. You know why? Because effort shows up. Effort is stable, effort builds. But this was inconsistent. This looks like showing up sometimes, trying when they feel that you're pulling away, giving just enough to keep you there. And you can't build something real on that. That's crazy. They didn't lose you all at once, they lost you slowly by not showing up. And your intuition has been trying to tell you this the whole time. And I know I'm right. But it hasn't been loud, it hasn't been dramatic. But in that quiet feeling where something just doesn't sit right, you know that feeling. And I feel like you kept trying to explain it away, trying to make sense of it, trying to give it time. But now you are starting to trust it. So good for you. Your intuition didn't fail you. You just kept giving it another chance. And there's a reason this felt so hard to let go of, because when someone is inconsistent, your mind holds on to the moments where they do show up, and it keeps waiting for the next one. Again, I'm going to say that again because a lot of people need to hear that. When someone is inconsistent, your mind holds on to the moments where they do show up, and it keeps waiting for the next one. That creates a loop. So you're not staying because it's good. You're staying because you're hoping it will feel good again. And Pisces, once you see that pattern, you don't move the same anymore. And this is where things shift, because now you're not choosing from emotion alone, you're choosing from awareness, from alignment, from consistency. You're not closing your heart, you're upgrading your standards. So, Pisces, this wasn't a loss, this was a wake up call, because now you see what inconsistency feel like. You see what imbalance feels like. You see what overgiving feels like. And now you don't accept it anymore. So this didn't break you. It showed you what you'll never accept again. Pisces, you didn't lose them. You outgrew them. And there's a difference. The moment you stop settling, You became unavailable for anything less. If this resonated, comment, I trust what I feel, because Pisces, you always felt it. Now you're finally trusting it. Have a good day.